Hey guys, Fhraelaok here with a new Spotlight video. This time, since 4.2 is launching today, I thought I'd talk to you about the MMO Champion Raid Composition Calculator. I guess you can call it a calculator, but it's a raid comp tool. Now, just like other things trying to optimize not only your gear and spec and glyphs, but other things such as your gems and all this other stuff, there's also something to optimize your raid group, because not every raid group is going to be able to perform as well as others based on buffs and debuffs alone. Now, in here, when you go to raidcomp.mmo-champion.com, you come directly to this calculator. As long as Curse is running and is not broken again, you can get to it. Now, on the left side, you see every class with every possible spec. Even if you probably think, oh, that spec's not viable for PvE or something like that, well, you know what, it doesn't matter. It's still here. You don't have to choose it. And it shows you your setup of how many tanks, healers, ranged, and melee you have. And then here in the middle, you have groups 1 through 8. You can make up to a 40-man. And then over to the right, you see your buffs. You can hover over them. It highlights which classes have what buffs and what has debuffs. And then you have your count of mana tides, rebirth, soul stones, remove curse, disease, magic, poison, enrage, and interrupts. So, you can basically start putting a group together. Now, I'm going to show you the 10-man we had in Leviathan, just to make it an easy thing. So we had 2 prot paladins, and then for healers, we tended to have a restoration druid, a holy priest, and a holy paladin. Now you're noticing right away we have a lot of paladins, but that's not all. We had a feral DPS. What else did we have? We had, I believe, a combat rogue. We had a Frost Death Knight. We had an enhancement shaman. What did we have for our final DPS? We had a, where is it? Not restoration, a balanced druid. There we go, that was our 10-man. As you can see, buffs and debuffs aren't the worst ever. It's certainly not, preferable, honestly, but it's not the worst ever. Oh, excuse me. It's a beautiful day outside and wind picking up and everything, allergies, Anyway, to continue on, let's turn what we have right here into a preferable 25-man. Let's just drag, you can drag these off just like that. As long as you drag them off, it'll be just fine. So here's what a preferable 25-man would be like. It's a lot easier to come up with everything for a 25-man. Prot Pally. Blood Death Knight. And for a third tank, even though you don't always need it, I would say probably, well, you know what, we can go with what we already have in my 25-man now, so we'll go with the second prot paladin. Now that's for group 1, is our tanks. Let's go for our healers. We have a restoration druid. We have a holy pally. We have a holy priest. We have a disciplined priest. We have a restoration shaman. And we usually have a second holy pally. We'll leave it as that. That's so far so good. Alright, so that's 6 healers. Now let's come up with our ranged. We have an arcane and fire mage. Let's move them into this group. We have a marksman hunter. We have an elemental shaman. We have a affliction warlock, I believe he was. I could be wrong, he might have been demonology. What else did we have? We had a boomkin. We had 2 shadow priests. And we had another mage, I believe, who is probably fire, so we'll go with another fire mage. And then I believe we had a fury warrior and an arms warrior. We had an enhancement shaman. We had probably a combat rogue or 2. And what else? What else did we have? That's kind of hard. We had a Ret Pelly. And trying to put my finger on the final thing we had. We had another warrior, which I believe was Fury. So, we'll just put that there. That's what we had for our 25 man this last time, I think. This is just going off of memory. Can I remember? Goodness, no. But, kind of. So here we go. When you look at it, we have every single buff and every single debuff. That is preferable for a group. We have 1 mana tide, that's okay. 2 rebirths, that does it just fine. 1 soulstone. 8 people who can get rid of curses. 9 for disease. 8 for magic. 7 for poison. 5 for enrage. And we have 15 people who can interrupt. So, I think that works out well. Sorry, I got a call, but I'm ignoring it for now. So right there, that's what your raid comp can do. You know, you can put whatever classes you want in there. You can even click clear, and it'll just clear it all. Now, the worst possible group makeup you can have is, say, for a 10-man, you have, my goodness, you have 2 prop paladins, you have 2 holy paladins, you have a retribution paladin, you have a resto druid, you have a feral DPS druid, you have a balanced druid. I mean, sure, you're mixing it up, but you're not giving it too much of a mix. What else could you possibly have? You could have, like, a combat rogue. And, let's say, a fury warrior. Now, right there, will that group makeup work for fights? Well, you have 4 melee and only 1 ranged. It can work for fights, yes. It's definitely not preferable. Look at all the things you're missing. So, I mean, it just goes to show you, yeah, you might get by with it, but, you know, think about it for the new raid. Start thinking about making a better group makeup, if at all possible. So, there you go. And with intro raids being easier, and you're able to get epics from justice points now, you'll probably be able to, well, to get alts and whatnot in if that's a better class for you to bring in, as they can just gear up pretty easy now. So there you have it. That's the MMO raid comp at raidcomp.mmo-champion.com. Hopefully this has helped you. If you haven't already used it, be sure to use it, even if you just want to see what your group already has. Maybe you're not sure. It's great for a new leader, and it's great for veteran leaders. So do check it out. Thanks for watching, guys. Enjoy 4.2, and if you enjoyed the video, please be sure to thumbs up and subscribe, and I will see you in the next video.